Holy shit, do you even have balls, bro? That's a very funny way to kick things off, but genuinely answer this question right now. When was the last time you did something that would actually put you outside of your comfort zone? I'm talking about the one thing that would actually give you like an adrenaline rush as you're doing it. Because for most people nowadays, we live such like a comfortable and uninteresting life. And this isn't me trying to hate on you or anything, right? I'm just saying the downright truth. Most people, they don't do anything that's outside of their little bubble. They don't do anything difficult, right? They don't have high ambitions which require you to go through discomfort to achieve them, right? And you know this already. I don't need to repeat to you all the basic stuff, all the other self-improvement guys talk about, right? However, one thing you need to realize is we only grow when we're outside of our comfort zone, right? The biggest growth is always done when we're in struggle, right? You know this already as well. So why are you not putting yourself outside of your comfort zone? One thing you genuinely need to realize, however, is those self-improvement habits you're already doing, they become easier over time. Like what average people on self-improvement do is they start going to the gym, they start taking their cold showers, maybe they'll pick up a martial art. And don't get me wrong, these things are amazing, right? These things are fucking amazing for your lifestyle and they'll do a lot of good for you. However, one thing you need to realize is over time, these things become easier. These things become easier. I remember the very first sparring I had. I'm not even sparring, honestly. The first boxing session I had, I was terrified. I was genuinely scared of taking a step inside of that martial arts gym. I thought that I was gonna walk out with a bruise or or a bag under my eye. I was terrified, right? However, after just a couple of workouts, it's literally like any other sport to me, right? I walk into the ring, maybe I'll walk out with a couple of bruises here and there, but it's like it doesn't affect me as much as it used to. It's not as scary as it was back when I started doing it, right? So even though it still required a little bit of discomfort, right? Because fighting is not a comfortable thing to do, right? No, nobody likes getting punched in the face, but it wasn't as scary to me as it was back when I started, right? However, I still lived under the illusion that I was doing something which would put me outside of my comfort zone. It wasn't a comfortable thing to do, but I wasn't scared of actually doing it anymore, you know what I mean? And this applies to so many habits for most people's self-improvement journey, but most people aren't aware of the fact that these things get easier over time. They get easier over time. You're not as scared to walk into the gym anymore, right? You're not as scared to take the cold shower after you do it like 100 times. You need to find some things that you know are terrifying for you. You need to find that type of thing that as soon as you get the thought of doing it, you start to shit yourself, right? You start to shit yourself. And this was my inspiration for this video, right? A couple of hours ago, I was on a bike ride because I was looking for a spot to set up my gym rings. And as soon as I found a good tree for me to hang them, I realized that for me to get to that tree, I had to go through a long, very, very steep road for me to get there, right? Because it was in the middle of a forest, right? It was like a pump track. You know what a pump track is, right? I'm talking about the type of like bumps and roads you have to go through on a bike. So it's like, you know, it launches you upwards and all that shit. And I was terrified. I was genuinely terrified. I looked down and I saw how steep the ramp was and I didn't want to go through it. The comfortable side of my brain would tell me to, oh, just walk your way down, you know? It's like, oh. But guess what? As soon as I realized that I was starting getting these thoughts, that's when I hopped on my bike. I forced myself not to hold the brake. I forced myself not to hold the brakes and I just went, whew. I went down. And as I was going down, I could feel like the adrenaline in my body skyrocketing, blasting through the fucking roof. All I wanted to do in those 0.3 seconds was like hop off my bike to hold the fucking brake, but I didn't. I forced myself not to do it, and by the time I got down, I felt better than ever. I felt better than ever because I did something that I knew I didn't want to do, like something that really fucking would terrify me, right? I ride on my bicycle every day, but I would always avoid like the very steep roads, and that day, which was literally today, it took a couple of hours ago, right? I forced myself to go down that steep road, and it felt fucking amazing because I knew that I didn't want to do it. I knew that it was something that would genuinely put me outside of my comfort zone. And once I did it, I felt so fucking amazing. And it might not be the same thing for you. Like, you might not be as scared of like going down steep roads. For you, it might be a different thing. You might be scared of, I don't fucking know, talking to girls. You might be scared of doing this thing, doing that thing. Maybe you're scared of spiders. Maybe you're scared of this, doing that. It's the type of thing that you know you would hate to do, that you want to do. The things that literally make you shit yourself when you even get the thought of doing them. Those are the type of things you want to do, because these things, not only will they build your mental strength like a lot, because you're doing something you don't want to do, right? Not only are you building discipline, you're building willpower, you're building all these great things because you're doing something you wanted to do. But at the same time, it's developing your character a lot. Because think of the amount of stories you have to tell from just stepping outside of your comfort zone. This concept as a whole is applicable to so many different aspects of your life, right? Literally, think of how many new stories you would have if you were to actually do those things that you're so scared of doing. Why not go and walk up to that girl and get a number? Genuinely, why not? What is in your way for you to not do that thing? Because guess what? For most of you watching this video, the only real thing that's stopping you from doing those things is the limiting belief. It's the limiting beliefs you have. It's those negative thoughts. It's the same fucking voice in your head that has been telling you to do all of these different negative things you're already doing. It's the same fucking bitch voice you have. And the way you get rid of that fucking bitch voice is as soon as you hear it, as soon as you hear it whisper into your brain, you tell it to shut the fuck up, and you do the exact thing that you were afraid of doing. That is the way you should live your life. This is the way you should navigate the way you do things. Always go for the thing that you know you're scared of doing, because that's gonna develop your character a lot, right? That's gonna develop your character a lot, my friend. And you know you have those things that you're scared of doing. You're probably coping right now saying, oh, I already get tired of my workout. You know the thing that you're genuinely afraid of doing. And here you are defending yourself. Here you are trying to find literally any reason not to do that thing. But I promise you, as soon as you silence that goddamn voice and you actually do that thing that you're so afraid of doing, you will feel better than ever. This is when all of these negative thoughts, or this is the reason why your self-esteem might be bad. All of these things that are affecting your self-esteem, most of them are gonna disappear. As long as you actually do the things that you don't want to do. Because think of it this way, right? Imagine two guys started lifting to the gym. One of them is insanely, morbidly obese. One of them is morbidly obese. He hates moving. The most exercise he has is walking up 2 levels on a staircase. And the other guy is like a skinny, semi-athletic dude. He doesn't have any muscle mass, but he's still a little bit athletic. You know what I mean? It's like he plays sports here and there. He's pretty alright at PE, but he's still skinny, right? Which one of these two guys is gonna have it harder at the gym? The morbidly obese guy who's pretty much never exercised in his life? Or the skinny yet somewhat athletic kid? I'm sorry to tell you, but this guy's gonna get the physique in like half a year to like 1 year. Maybe 2 years if he's really that unfortunate, but this guy, he's gonna have to work years to get like an actually good looking physique where you can see his abs, he has bicep veins, all that shit. It's gonna take him far, far longer, and it's gonna be way harder for him to achieve it. It's gonna be a much harder task for this guy rather than this guy. Now, of course, in both cases, you still want to lift weights, but the point that I'm trying to make is some challenges just aren't as hard for other people. So you need to find something that will genuinely challenge you. Something that will challenge you, my friend. I'm pretty sure for most of you, deep down, you already know what that thing is. You already know what's that one thing where as soon as you get the thought of doing it, you already know that you don't want to do it. But this is the exact reason as to why you should do it, my friend. Because I mean, do you even have balls? Genuinely, do you even have balls? Like this thumbnail, right? This title of the video is so fucking funny to me, and I'm pretty sure it's gonna get a lot of views, but like, do you have balls, my friend? Genuinely, I'm not talking about like the physical balls you have down there. I'm talking about like the mental side of things. Are you brave? Are you courageous? Are you actually able to do the stuff that you don't want to do? Because this is something you have to develop as well, right? This is something that you should actually focus on in your self-improvement journey. You need to become a man of balls of steel. You need to develop balls of steel, my friend. You want to be that motherfucker who's not afraid to do anything. Genuinely, my friend, such like a valuable skill to have. And this isn't me saying that I don't this isn't me saying that I have balls of steel, right? There are some things that I'm also afraid of doing, but I still try my best to do them anyway. I'm not holding back, right? I'm not coping. As soon as I find something that I don't want to do, I already know that this is going to be something that I'll focus on for the next few days. Like, why not? Why not set challenges for yourself? How can you live without goals? How can you live without this masculine drive to actually achieve something? Why not? Genuinely, besides negative thoughts, what is holding you back from achieving the things you want? Because I'm telling you right now, for most of you, it's the limiting beliefs. And the way you get rid of these limiting beliefs is you tell them to shut the fuck up and do that thing anyway. There is no shortcut. There is no shortcut. I'm just going to say there is no shortcut for you to get where you want. You just have to grab yourself by those tiny little peanuts you have down there and actually do that thing that you're so afraid of doing. Because in the long term, it's going to reward you more than anything. But yeah, if you found value in this video and you want to talk to me directly whilst also hanging around an amazing community of like-minded people who also want to grow and become the best versions of themselves, then join my Discord. This isn't me plugging you up for anything, right? I don't even sell a product yet. I just genuinely want to help you out. And I'm pretty sure that me and my crew have the skills required for you to become the best versions of yourself. But yeah, if you don't want to listen to all that shit, then like, comment, subscribe, whatever. Do whatever you think is right, okay? That's probably the best way to sum it up. Do whatever you think is right. But yeah, I hope I will see you in the next one, brother. Take care.